Hello all, this is Jetta Crow with another haul video for the week of September 28th, 2023. Unfortunately, I have no comic books to show you this week, just not in the cards. Next week we'll see. Can't guarantee I'll have my comic books next week either, which means there's a very good chance that in 2 weeks I'm going to have a very big comic book haul to show off, guys. But until then, I do have something to show off this week. Last weekend was Hasbro's, fifth annual PulseCon. They've been doing them since 2020. Basically, back in 2020, they the lockdown, couldn't do the usual San Diego Comic-Con stuff, so they did an online virtual convention. And that was PulseCon, and they've been doing them every year since, even with the lockdown long since being a thing of the past for us, and hopefully will remain a thing of the past for us. But anyway, they had they had two Power Rangers items that were PulseCon exclusives. Now, one of them was the Tommy Oliver Master Morpher. That is the souped-up Power Morpher that Tommy used in the 25th anniversary special Dimensions in Danger, which was 5 years ago already, because we're in the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers now, which basically it allowed Tommy to morph not just into the Mighty Morphin Green Ranger, not just into the Mighty Morphin White Ranger, but into all of his different Ranger powers, including Zeo, Turbo, Dino Thunder. Really cool item. Also bittersweet because it's one of the last things that Jason David Frank did. He recorded the voice lines for that Master Morpher, so big get for Power Rangers fans. However, I did not get it personally, even though I think the concept of it is really cool, but I'm just not into role-play toys. It's just not my cup of tea. I am, however, into action figures, and that is why I got the other Power Rangers PulseCon exclusive item, and it is this wonderful 4-pack, the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Omega Rangers. The Omega Rangers are a comic book exclusive Power Rangers team. Not the very first one. I believe that honor would go to the Solar Rangers. But I would say the Omega Rangers are definitely the most high-profile comic book exclusive team. In the comic book lore, during the second season, when Jason, Zach, and Trini left the team to go to the quote-unquote peace conference, and we had Rocky, Adam, and Aisha replace them as the new red, black, and yellow Power Rangers. For the comic book version, the whole peace conference was a lie. They were actually on a secret mission for the emissaries, which are kind of like not quite a Morphine Master, though I think they've since retconned that they are Morphine Masters. It's kind of confusing. But anyway, the emissaries are kind of like they're the guardians of the Morphine Group, whatever. Anyway, Jason, Zach, and Trini and their new friend Kia became the Omega Rangers. New power source, souped up powers like fire, earth, wind, and water. The four mythological elements. Anyway, really cool. They had their own series for a while when the Mighty Morphin team had when they split the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comic into two separate series. So you had the Mighty Morphin team and Mighty Morphin, and then the adjectiveless Power Rangers team was book starred the Omega Rangers. Really cool. These guys have been wanted by the fandom for a long time. There's a picture of the figures themselves. I will be doing an unboxing video later on, so expect that this weekend. This is just the haul video today, but really glad to have this. It's the only thing I have to show off this week as far as new items. But since I otherwise don't have anything else to show off, I figured I'll give you a partial tour of the man cave, the geek rooms, as I call it. So let me detach the camera here. And I rearranged some of the prints that I have in the background. For the past year, I used that particular Red Sonja and that Darkhawk print for the main background for my haul videos, but I wanted to switch it up, so I have this awesome group picture of the Batman Rogues Gallery done by Chris Uminga, and we also have now I moved the Black Cat one I have over here. This is from Paolo Patalena. I'm butchering his name. I apologize. And then I have this is just a random fantasy sci-fi girl from Kenneth Rocafort. And then I have a few more Red Sonjas down there. Got Power Girl. But up above the prints, this is what you guys don't usually see in my haul videos. I have here like a little Power Rangers section. It's a cheap cardboard mask of Lord Draken. There's a 8x10 of Jason Font West from Power Rangers Time Force. Got to meet him a few years back. He was a really cool dude. This is when I had the pleasure of meeting Jason David Frank. That print there. That Legacy collection, that Lightning collection, Pink Ranger. Autographed by Amy Jo Johnson. And then my favorite Marvel character right below it, Darkhawk. I have two Darkhawks. One is out of the box. This one is in box. One day at a convention, I would like to meet the co-creators of Darkhawk, Tom DeFalco, Mike Manley, and Danny Fingeroth, who was the writer for his series back in the 90s. I would like to get them to autograph this particular figure. And we have a print of Darkhawk. This has, of course, been in the background of the haul videos for the past year. And then aside from this Marvel Legends figure, and I got here's another one. This is not in the box, but this is the 3 3/4 inch version of Darkhawk. They've done 2 Marvel Legends figures of Darkhawk, and as far as I know, this Mini-Mates figure is the only other existing figure of Darkhawk. There's very little Darkhawk merchandise, so I try to get all of it that exists when I come across it. Going further down, this is one of my favorite covers, the JSA Classified #1 with Power Girl. JSI Classified, that was a anthology series with different story arcs done by different creative teams, and each issue or each story focused on a specific member of the Justice Society. And of course, the very first 3-issue arc was Power Girl, and this is a wonderful cover by Adam Hughes with a reproduction of his original pencils there, and numbered. This is 110 of 1000. One of the cornerstones of my collection. And then up here I got various premium Hot Wheels of the various Batmobiles, and then the less premium but still just as cool Hot Wheels Batmobiles. And then I got a couple of kids' toys that my wife gave me when we were first dating, when she realized I was big into Batman. And then over here I have a print of Naruto and Sasuke. I do plan on adding more anime stuff into this blank space here on this wall, but that will be for another time. Over on this corner here, I kind of showed you a glimpse of it last weekend, or last week when I did showed off the wall of Balor. This is the other half of the wrestling wall. We got the Funko Pops there. We got a trio of Becky Lynch figures, including right before she became the Man. This is when she was still doing the steampunk gimmick. I love that gimmick. And then there's her wearing the Man t-shirt, and then what she wore at WrestleMania. We got Ronda Rousey, and then we have the boss, Sasha Banks. The very first figure of her, because it says there, first time in line. For many years, and Bayley was my favorite wrestler, women's wrestler. She's still in my top 3. But there's a couple of Bayley from her NXT babyface days. Though I still have much love for heel Bayley and Damage Control Bayley. We got another Becky Lynch from her steampunk era. This is like back when Mattel was kind of doing Barbie dolls of some of the the women. I think they just did the 4 horsewomen at the time. Actually, and then here's another one. This was another wrestling figure they did that was aimed more towards girls. Bayley. Again, Bayley was my favorite for many years and still is in my top 3. There's her very first figure from NXT. Yep. So first time in the line. And then this was one of the figures they did of her when she was still a babyface, but on the main roster. And then I have a figure of her in her heel incarnation. I do want to get a Damage Control Bayley eventually. Then here we got the very first Sami Zayn WWE figure when he was first in NXT. We've got Daniel Bryan when he was in full-on goat face mode with that big beard. Akira Tozawa, I know he's treated as a jobber, but he's still one of my favorites. This is early on in his WWE career. I think, I mean, he was a beast in the Cruiserweight Classics. And then we have Shinsuke, and we have a zombie Shinsuke, Dexter Lumis. I like him, so be it. And then we have TJP, no longer in WWE, hasn't been for a few years. He's in New Japan as part of the United Empire. I would like to get a Will Ospreay figure to go along with him someday. And then we have a Monsters version of Asuka. We have the very first Asuka figure. She was an elite, no less. This is how she looked in NXT. And then we have not her most recent appearance, but a fairly recent version of Asuka when she started doing the green blood face paint or green tears, whatever it was supposed to be. It's always kind of creepy cool. And I do, when they do make a figure of Asuka in her current evil clown makeup that she wears now, I would definitely get a figure of that. And back to this wall, I got to meet Adam West just before he passed away. This is my autograph of Adam West. Really, he was a childhood hero of mine. I was really honored to meet him and introduce my my fiance at the time to him. I'll share that story another time. And you know, I always get the Lisner cover whenever available. This is the very first Lisner cover I ever saw. This is a print reproduction of Dawn #1. I was 13 at the time when I saw it, so I was at the perfect age to fully appreciate this piece from Joseph Michael Lisner. What can I say? And we have more again from one of my favorite fighting game series, Darkstalkers. Anyway, guys, that is it for this week. Let me get back into normal position. And I'm going to say, if you want to see more videos, there's one right up there. There's one right there. You can subscribe right down there. And look out for the unboxing video of the Omega Rangers this weekend. Until then, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Later and